Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hawkcrafts and I'm super excited to be recording this video because this is kind of where this series starts to really evolve and kind of really jump into the lore and the depth that I want to create in this universe and on the server. So if you haven't seen my last episode, definitely recommend you go check it out because there's a lot of lore that we dropped there. But if you did see my last episode, little spoiler, we talked about a lighthouse and their lighthouse keeper. That has an object that will allow us to see what is happening in the Pale Garden with the researchers from the university and kind of what they're collecting. So today's project is going to be building that lighthouse so that we can jump into that next part of our lore and then doing a lore reveal at the site of that lighthouse. Before we jump into that, though, we'll have a time lapse of that coming up in a couple minutes. But first, I did have a little prank that I had to get back at some other members of the server with. So if you remember from the last episode, or from what we had last time, there were some various noise blocks that were hidden around my area, hidden underground, and took me a while to find them. So I had to think of a prank that felt fitting to repay them with, that wasn't going to be damaging or take them too much time to deal with. So I'm going to roll a clip of me setting up that prank, and then we'll jump into a time lapse of our build for today. Okay, we've gotten all of the sound machines cleaned up. Should not have to worry about any more sound machines. And I've got an idea of how we're going to get back at Abby and Rytro for what they did. So, oops. If I can use a rocket properly. First, we need snow. I'm thinking we go with a snow golem prank. I've not used any snow at all this season. I'm gonna borrow some right here. Hopefully this is okay. My shovel has silk touch, so I actually, let's just, I can't collect snowballs that way. Okay, you know what? That's fine. We can do this. This is fine. Okay. More than enough. Or is it? How do we want to do this prank? Do we want to do just a horde of snow golems? Or do we want to do renewing snow golems? I don't have any skulk sensors. So initially, something I thought was, why can I not put those? You can't put those on ice, apparently. I forgot you could stack them. Okay, 48. This will be fine. This will be fine. So initially, I was thinking, oh, let's set up a machine that will place the carved pumpkin head on 2 blocks of snow whenever something triggers it. I wouldn't do like a hopper clock or anything. Probably I'd be thinking more along the lines of like a skulk sensor, but we don't have any skulk sensors, and I don't want to go look for any. And then I remembered, oh well, you can't place snow blocks. You have to manually place them. You can't just have like a dispenser place snow blocks for you. So that wouldn't work. So my backup plan is just to make a bunch of golems and let them just run around, do their thing, and leave snow blocks everywhere. So what I was really thinking, so I only need one. What I was really thinking was every time they open a door, the machine would plop a jack-o'-lantern onto a waiting snow golem, which would then create or onto two snow blocks, which would then create a new snow golem, which would then pathfind just wherever it wants to go. And if the machine's hidden well enough, it would just continuously make more snow golems every time they like open a door, get into bed, something like that. I don't know that I can make that work though. I'd have to have pre-placed snow blocks. Now I could pre-place the snow blocks, have the head clipped off, water stream it to the next dispenser, and then just have that be, I don't know, that seems like too much for this. If this escalates, we'll look at more advanced pranks like that. I just need a pair of shears. And then we're going to go set this up. All right. What's this? Abby's to-do list. All right. Well, I'm gonna help. So, step 1, fix up the terrain. I can help with that. I think this will help her a lot actually. Yeah, this is good. They've done enough for me to be satisfied. All right, I think this is a good start. So, one prank received, one prank returned. We'll see what happens after this. If they come back with something else, then we'll have to brainstorm, come up with some new ideas. But for now, I'm satisfied. I feel like we're even. So, three noise machines returned with some snow golems. I think that's fair. So we'll let them discover these, see what the reactions are. And for now, we're going to get back into the rest of our video. Y'all, the lighthouse is done, and I think it looks amazing. Let's turn the camera around here so you can see what we're looking at. I think this lighthouse looks so cool. I love that we are using resin and trying to find ways to incorporate this block. It's kind of the central block to everything we're doing this season with all the lore and the different things that we have going on. It feels really important to me that we find ways to incorporate our resin into our builds. Obviously, a great way to do that is mixing it with some of the lighter blocks like the whites, the diorites, the calcites, bone blocks, white concrete, things like that. A great way to use it, but I love how it looks with the mangrove. The red looks really good with the resin. And then the copper blocks at the top of the lighthouse, I think, are a perfect transition with the resin bricks that we've got. I think all the colors actually work together really well in this build. Super excited about how it looks. Let's give you a quick tour. So this is the outside, obviously. You can see the colors that we've gone for with the orange, the reds, and the whites. As we come around, lots of shrubbery on the outside, and then we'll go inside. This is the front. Need to do a little bit more terraforming here on the cape, this kind of cliff. We're gonna do some terraforming here, clean this up, probably bring the grass out more and make this more of a grassy cliff than a stone cliff. But where this is located, this is where we needed the lighthouse to be so it could look out at the water. But importantly, not just look at the water, but look back towards the pale garden that we've got. So super excited about how this is going to tie into the lore. We'll do some more terraforming here and clean this up. We had a little creeper accident over here. But coming inside, it's not a huge amount of space inside, but it it's very cozy, but it is functional. It gives us all the space we need. So you've got a little bed here right inside, some different storage options that the lighthouse keeper can use, plenty of lighting coming down. This fireplace goes all the way up. Walk over in the second room. This is kind of just more storage space, and we can kind of extend storage up. We can put some shelves in. We can kind of expand this space to fit whatever our needs are. For right now, this is all we need. So love this. Down here, same thing we did in the farmhouse. We added some villagers underneath. So we put our eye blossom floor in again. So I love keeping this theming consistent, that there's some kind of like society or something that uses this symbol. And then the villagers that we have down here are all cartographers. I thought that made sense for a lighthouse, so we can buy our various maps and other things that we need from our cartographers. Actually, I need to level some of these guys up the rest of the way. It looks like I didn't finish doing that. But we'll have all these guys down here. So they are here. I love how the ceiling looks. We use the quartz slabs here to kind of get the ceiling, mixing in with the dark oak. The contrast looks amazing. And then I love the pale oak for a coastal themed build. I think it looks great. And then we can go up the ladder. So we do have access to the top of the tower. This is where the lighthouse keeper would do all of his work, obviously. So we got our resin bases, copper bulbs. So this is just the top of the tower. But yeah, love how this has come together. And it's a little bit of a tight corner there, getting around that. But love how this has come together. And then we've got this amazing view, looking out at the water, at the ocean, and having the Bobby mod and the render distance turned up really gives it a even better effect because you can see further away across the ocean. So really happy with how this has turned out. I'm really excited as we continue to introduce more builds into the server, into this world, and how we're going to incorporate resin and different things that are going to help us tell the story of our season. Hi, I'm back. This is Post-Edit Hawk here. I've been having such a great time playing on the server. It's such a great time, such a great experience, such great people, really cool builds, and just a great community working together. But we're still tiny and starting out. So we are still recruiting more members for the server. So if you're watching this video and you think that this is the style of Minecraft you want to play, you don't have to be all super into the lore like I am. You can kind of just focus on your builds or focus on interacting with the other community members. But we've got a bunch of great people on the server, and we are looking to grow it a little bit more. So if that is something you are interested in, feel free to drop a comment on this video, and either myself or one of our admins from the server can reach out to you with a link to our Discord and our application so that you can apply to join. So maybe I'll see you in the future on our server. If not, and you just enjoy watching my videos, I really appreciate the support. Please like and subscribe so that I can continue to make these kinds of videos for y'all. And I hope everybody has a great day. Bye. Okay, this is the lighthouse that the lighthouse keeper moved to after they resigned their position at the university. So they said they've got a lens here, or spyglass, or something that allows them to see what is happening inside of the pale garden over there, the pale forest. So lots of maps, some different banners and storage. I think this has been abandoned for a while. I don't think the lighthouse keeper's still here. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's a spyglass. Let's grab that. Okay, got a spyglass, some empty maps and stuff. And then they use the spyglass. They must use it from the top, right, to look over here. And there's a lectern here with a journal on it. The professors are obsessed with the orange glow of the tears. They think the hearts are the end of the story. They haven't looked through their lens with an amethyst filter. That's the lens that the Lightkeeper has. It's got the amethyst filter in it, so he can see differently. Something bled into this world the night the Matron was chained, a tear in the fabric of reality itself. I've tracked the source to the great crypt. Even from this distance, the violet light is pulsing like a heartbeat. It isn't lunar energy, it's something older. Dean Hallowell is terrified of the crypt. He calls it the source of the silence. I believe the matron isn't just a prisoner there. She is the only thing acting as a seal against whatever is trying to escape. That sounds very ominous. Very ominous indeed. So there's a crypt. Okay, let's look. I don't know if we can see it from here. There is a tower here. I don't know if that's the crypt, though. I would guess not. It's not very big, unless there's a lot of underground. But I think, based off of what we've read here, it sounds like we need to go into the Pale Garden next and begin doing our own exploration to kind of figure out what is being talked about. And maybe it starts with finding this crypt and investigating what could be inside. I think that's what we have to do. That's a cool tower. Maybe we'll find out more about that next time when we go into the Pale Garden as well. I'm going to take this book. I think I'm going to keep all of the clues that I've gathered so far over at the farmhouse, so that everything's in one place. And hopefully, as we continue to gather more clues, we'll start to get to the bottom of this mystery, and what's going on with the creakings and the matron, and the tears that the university is collecting.